Hello everyone, welcome to Shop Day once again. In this video lesson, we will be looking at the function delegates. Okay, so let's start quickly. So what are func delegates? So it is a built-in delegate in the .NET framework. It is similar to the action delegate, but the only difference with the action delegate is that func delegates return a value and the return type of action delegates are void. The aim of having the func delegate in the .NET framework is to avoid explicit declaration of custom delegates. Okay, and for func delegates, it also has a family of 16 delegates. Okay, and the family, by family I mean different variations of parameters. So it has one mandatory output parameter, which is the return type, and it can take it up to 0 to 16 input parameters. Okay, so let's have a look at the definitions quickly. So without a parameter, as you can see here, you will just specify the output, that is the return type associated to the method that will be pointed to the func delegate. Okay, and you have other variations. For example, this one takes one input parameter, and the second parameter you specify the return type. Okay, and you have, like I said previously, so you have a family of 16 members, so the last member can take up to 16 input parameters. Okay, so see here from T to T16, and the corresponding parameter takes the type specified by T, which are generics, and the return type, the T result, becomes the return type of the method associated to that function delegate. So very important point to note here, the difference between func delegates and action delegates. Firstly, for func delegates, the return type is void, you specify it by the out parameter, which is always the last one in the parameter list. And action delegates, the return type is always void. Okay, and you always specify the input parameters first. It can be of different types. Okay, and the last one is always the return type. Okay, so let's see with a concrete example. So here I have three example. So example one, so I don't have any input parameter for the func delegate. Okay, but only specifying the return type. So I created a function that returns the current time of the day. So this function delegate associated to the get current time that returns the current time of the day. Okay, and hence you can invoke that method, and it is being displayed on the screen. So with input parameters, so this method, I created a function to add two numbers. So the first two parameters here, as you can see, are the input parameters, and the third one is the return type of the method. So it is associated to the add numbers method. Okay, so where you have the input parameter one, A and B, and the return type is long, so that matches the definition of the func delegate. And a final example, just to make illustrate the use of lambda expression with func. So you specify your input parameters A and B, and the return type is not necessary because you can determine that. And well, you just can use the invoke method to get to multiply the values. So that was the purpose of the multiply delegate here. So let's run out the corresponding program just to see how it behaves. Okay, so let's check our first example. Okay, so similar to what I had in my presentation, so I have my three delegates defined. So first one pointing to the get correct time, and the second delegate defined that will point to the add numbers method, and the third delegate that multiplies. So let's see how it behaves. Okay, so now when this function will be called, this delegate will be invoked, the corresponding get correct time method will be invoked, and see on the screen on the console. So the correct time of the day is printed. Now next I have my add numbers. So the sum should be 5 and 3 should be 8. So displayed on the screen, we confirm. And finally, for the multiplication, see here highlighted, we're going to multiply 3 by 4. The product should be 12. So that's it. Our product is 12. So that was for the Func Delegate. But one thing you should bear in mind, that whenever you associate it to the add numbers function, so it automatically gives you the parameter list. Okay, see the definition here. So you always specify the org1 and org2. So this just for FYI. And now to complete the lesson, so there are two key points to remember about the Func Delegate. Firstly, the Func Delegate is a built-in C# and is a generic delegate, and it has 0 or more input parameters and mandatory 1 output parameter, which is a return type of the method associated to the delegate. So that's it, guys. So an easy and simple concept. If you like my video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.